Jolan True, and welcome to the first episode in Allies called The Price of Neutrality.
Greetings. I have a new mission for you on behalf of the Republic. We have traced the Uridian freighter you rescued back to the Chaltok system. Years ago, the Chaltok system held a Romulan research facility studying polaric energy. It was nearly destroyed in a polaric energy explosion. Since then, a colony of Uridians has settled on the planet. Recently, it has become a hotbed of strife. This isn't the first incident we've had with the colony, and we suspect weapons smuggling is occurring. We have heard rumors of one weapons dealer in particular on Chaltok, a Reman. We'd like to make sure that none of the weapons there are going to be turned against New Romulus. We need you to travel to the Chaltok system and investigate these allegations.
Understood.
Time is short.
Centurion, we have visual on enemy ships, but they do not see us. We can try to open a hailing frequency with them, or we can launch a preemptive strike. You should know, however, any attempt at diplomacy would give time to alert any other patrols in the area to our presence. Your orders? Attack. Yellow alert, ready to engage. In your orders, sir, recommend we engage cloaking device and drop cloak when we're ready to attack. Understood. The area on the planet is scarce surf dropping into the standard orbit. Sensors have picked up in the area near the colony site on the surface as being blocked from our scans. They're definitely hiding something. Will beam me down close to the area, but if I were you, I suspect some sort of trap. Understood. Centurion, we're able to get a better read on the colony now that you're on the ground. The colony seems to be primarily made up of Uridians. We're not detecting any weapons, but our sensors are still being jammed by something on the ground. Our best option would be to ask the colonists for information. Understood.
Another refugee of Romulus. Welcome. I am the leader of this small band. You may call me Lortrix. I assume you were behind destroying those Erogen ships around the planet. We're all very thankful for that. The Erogen have been bothering us for quite some time. I would hate to think what would have happened if you didn't arrive when you did.
What do you do here on this colony?
We mainly supply merchant ships with various minerals, and we have a small ore refining operation. It's not much, but it keeps us alive. The Erogen have been harassing us for quite some time, unfortunately. They want to use our facility to manufacture weapons. You and I both know what will come of that. And no one here wants to get involved in someone else's war. You understand, don't you?
I don't believe your story, Lortrix.
I apologize if there's been something to make you distrust us. My chief engineer is nearby. He's honest to the point of conflict. He and I have had our disagreements, but I can rely on him to always give his opinion. Why don't you speak to him? I'll walk with you.
Very well, I'll speak with the chief engineer.
Greetings. I overheard your conversation with Lortrix. I can assure you that the colony is not doing any sort of business with Erogen. We can barely keep food in our mouths, and the mine running, let alone supply massive weapons for spaceships. I'm doing my best here with limited resources, but at times, even that isn't good enough. Just the other day we had an accident that destroyed half of our mining equipment, leaving us crippled until the next merchant ship passes through. Look, to be blunt, we're the ones that need help. We're not in much shape to help anyone else.
I'll take that into consideration. Where's the science option? I don't remember it. I'll try it in space.
What do you want? I'm not bothering anyone, I swear.
You're acting awfully suspicious for someone not bothering anyone.
I'm sorry. Look, they told me to send a message when you were done scanning the cargo. I don't know anything. I don't know why they told me that. All I know is that I see people using the consoles nearby. That's it.
Don't cause any more trouble.
Unlock failed.
That's right, need disruptive circuits. Centurion, the camera looks rackety. You can disrupt the circuitry with your tricorder. Centurion tricorder scans are picking up heavy concentration of electromagnetic and gamma radiation from the southeast of our location. According to this computer, the colony's buildings in that area are residential dwellings. I find that unlikely. The amount of radiation I'm detecting would be unhealthy for most species. They're hiding something. We'll check it out. Prepare yourselves. Torpedoes.
This might be just what we need to access the Iconian Gateway network. Until we are able to stop the Iconians and their heralds from appearing wherever they want, there is no place in this galaxy that will be safe from them.
Shipping manifests, this colony is supplying weapons to the Hirogen. They're receiving weapons from other colonies scattered across the neutral zone and across this entire sector. This present targeting information. Some of the weapons could be used against Republic-friendly targets. Centurion Matriculus registered an odd low-band subspace signal. I think someone's asking. I think accessing this computer may have triggered something.
Them trapped in the warehouse.
Excellent. Activate the transport inhibitors to stop them from beaming out.
Very well. Do you have any further orders?
Just stay out of our way while we subdue the prey.
What do you
Quit walking away.
You're good. Very good. But do you think this will change anything? I spit on you and the Republic. Traitors to your own people. To die like this.
Why are you doing this?
You terrorists. You care nothing for the common people. The Talshar, they protect us, make us stronger. You either choose a side, or you die. Surrounded by the dogs of war. Supported by no one. Even in death, I stand by my choice. Leave me to die.
Transport him to sickbay. Centurion situation is developing. We're tracking multiple enemy ships approaching at high warp and estimate they'll be in the system within a few minutes. For your safety, we would like to request that you return to the bridge immediately. Beam me up. Centurion, the incoming fleet will be on us any moment. Reinforcements will be here shortly, but not before we're under attack. There is a generated turret nearby. We could load it and use it to help us hold out against reinforcements. Until reinforcements arrive.
Gotta say, you Romulans sure know how to throw a party. I haven't felt a rush like that in quite some time. Finish up anything here and warp out. I'll check back with command. Don't take too long or I might take some of the credit for myself.
Understood.
When you tripped our monitoring program, the Star Empire sent me to investigate. Our intel said you were part of the terrorist cell on Veronot, but your actions here suggest otherwise. I'm here to make you an offer. Renounce your terrorist allies and come with me and fight for the glory of the Romulan Star Empire. I am authorized to grant you amnesty for your past crimes if you agree to serve the Empire again. If you agree, we would like you to remain within Titan's terrorist cell for the time being. He trusts you. The intel you could gather would be very valuable. The Empire rewards its loyal children well, but it also punishes its enemies. Consider your decision carefully.
Join you? I don't even know you.
Charva. You can't trust her. I know her too well for that. We grew up together. I was her friend. But that's all over. It ended the day she joined the Tal Shiar.
Tal Shiar, that explains a lot.
Hello again, Tovan. It's been too long since we were together. Yes, it is true that I am a member of the Tal Shiar. We are the last real protectors of the Romulan people. I have been monitoring this colony since before you arrived. Lortrix was a fool. This is what happens when you're not true to your allegiance. He was selling weapons to anyone who wanted to buy, with no thought to their allegiances. Just like Viranot. In the end, it cost him everything. Your blood, your heritage, that's who you are, where you belong. Anything else is only temporary. I'm here to remind you and your captain of this truth. Now join us before it's too late.
I am not like Lortrix, but I will not side with the Tal Shiar.
You don't understand yet, but you will. The Romulan Republic is a terrorist organization. Datan and his followers are inciting Romulans and Remans to take up arms against the legitimate government of the Romulan Star Empire. Think about it. The military and the Tal Shiar are the only means of guaranteeing security for those of us who survived the destruction. The military has the ships and the manpower. The Tal Shiar has the information and the intelligence network. This new homeworld Datan wants is an illusion. Why start over in contested space near the Federation and the Klingon Empire? Why would Datan choose a system in such a turbulent and dangerous area, unless he knew he could guarantee they wouldn't risk attacking him? He certainly isn't going to do that with pretty words.
Datan is a peaceful man. The Republic has diplomatic ties with Federation and the Klingon Empire.
Datan may have you fooled, but don't just take my word for it. See for yourself. Why do you think that Chaltok is shipping weapons? And they're not the only colony world involved in those kinds of operations. You think that this sort of business wasn't going on elsewhere? Perhaps even on Viranot, right under your nose. Datan's only showing you what he wants you to see. I can show you the things that the Republic is trying to hide. Believe me, or don't. You don't have to trust me. Just trust the evidence. When you are ready to learn more, I'll be ready to show you.
I don't trust you when this conversation is over. Centurion, the ship is going to warp. Chief Medical Officer reports Lortrix didn't make it. He attacked the medical team because they were the enemy. He was sedated for treatment, but he was too far gone. Do you want to talk to Tovan now about the Tal Shiar? I do.
There's a lot I have to say about Charva. As you may have guessed, we used to be quite close. There's a lot of history between us, but all that's really important is that we went separate ways. She thought that the Tal Shiar could ensure security for our people, and I didn't. It's just bringing up a lot of old feelings.
What do you know about Charva?
As I mentioned, we have a turbulent past. We grew up together. Once, I thought we might have a future together. Those were in the dark years after the destruction of the homeworld. We survived, but it tore us apart. We just wanted to make a new start. She was convinced that nowhere was safe. She kept talking about working with the military or the Tal Shiar. I argued that the only way we'd be safe was to be able to stand up for ourselves. There's a lot I have to say about Charva. As you may have guessed...
What do you think of her claims?
I don't believe Datan is a terrorist. I think he's an idealist who's trying to come to terms with the chaos. Datan would never knowingly sanction violence, especially against innocents. He doesn't even like us fighting the Tal Shiar, although he sees the need. But Datan isn't the only person making decisions in the Republic. Maybe there are some people who see the Republic as their chance to have a little revenge. I don't know. I think Charva is wrong about Datan and the Republic, but that doesn't mean it's outside the bounds of possibility that someone has taken things too far, or has a secret program that Datan doesn't know about. If she knows something that we don't, we should try to find out what it is. There's a lot I have to say.
Can we trust her?
Well, Charva's not a bad person. At least she wasn't. But she is misguided. She's turned a blind eye to the excesses of the Tal Shiar, and she probably doesn't even know about most of them. The Tal Shiar are masters of propaganda, after all. I think that anything she tells us is going to be something that the Tal Shiar wants us to hear. We should gather our own evidence and draw our own conclusions. There's a lot I have
That's
to say
all I
about
need to know.
Char-
Your findings are distressing. I'll pass this along to Republic Command. As for Charba, I think the best course of action right now is to wait for her next move. If she's really desperate to make her case, she'll contact you again. If she does, keep me informed. Nadell out.
Time is congratulations, Centurion.
Thank you all for watching, and we will see you again soon.